Yo, what is up, guys? It's Alex here. Today we're going to be checking out the new album from Car Seat Headrest called Twin Fantasy Face to Face. Now, this album came out 2 weeks ago. I really don't have an excuse for as to why I put it off so long. But, hey, better late than never. I mean, it's not like a whole lot of people know who this band is. I mean, maybe you do, but... So, basically, they're an indie rock band from Virginia. This is their 10th, I believe, studio album. I could be wrong, but they've released a lot of albums at this point. It's the bottom line. And this album, Twin Fantasy Face to Face, is a re-recording, not exactly remastered because they recorded the thing in its entirety once again, of an old album called Twin Fantasy. So we're gonna be going over this album and just laying on my thoughts on it. I mean, I've seen the critics love this album, and so did I? Well, let's find out. Okay, so since this is only a 10-track album, we're gonna be going into every track here. So the first track is called "My Boy Twin Fantasy." This song is very short. It's only like not even 3 minutes long. It goes, "My boy, we don't see each other much. My boy, we don't see each other much. I'll take some time, but somewhere down the line, we won't be alone." This is a theme that comes back later in the album. And this is repeated 3 times in this song, but the repetition works here because the music builds up. Frontman Will Toledo's vocals build up throughout the song, and so this is a song that gets repetition right, and that's something I applaud it for. Alright, track number 2 is Beach Life and Death. I know it's kind of a weird title, and it's really long. It's like 12 minutes, but it's my favorite on the album. It is my favorite, and that is against some competition because there are a lot of fantastic songs on this album. Yeah, I love that glow right there. I love that glow right there. Okay, back on track. So basically, this is kind of about how Will Toledo, he's felt like his life is going out of control, which is a pretty big recurring theme on this album. He is talking about his past songs that he's written, and the first act, this is split up into acts. I'm reading the lyrics off of Genius. This is split up into parts, excuse me. We'll call them acts because that sounds pretty cooler. Really. It takes a couple clicks. I'm doing this on a touch screen right now. This is my Surface Book. This could take a little bit. I know what he is talking about here. So it definitely feels like it could have been separated into 3 songs, but they go together well. Despite the melodies being somewhat different, it never feels like you're getting pulled out of the song. It feels like you're just listening to the same exact... you're listening to the same song, and it works really well. And I think that that's one of the major reasons that the song is so fantastic. And there's a part that goes, "What should I do? Eat breakfast. What should I do? Eat lunch. What should I do? Eat dinner. What should I do? Go to bed. Go to the store. Apply for jobs. Go to her friends." So basically, this can be interpreted like Will is feeling like he's asking a question like, "What should I do? Like, what should I do with my life anymore?" And he's not getting a clear answer, so he just wants to keep asking until he does. And one line in particular that I like. "Last night I dreamed that he was trying to kill you. I woke up and I was trying to kill you." I like this line a lot because it's basically saying, well, he's obviously treating you meanly. Meanly, is that even a word? Well, Dr. Seuss said it was. And his birthday passed 20 minutes ago, but whatever. Wait, did Dr. Seuss say, like, meanly? I don't know, I can't remember. Whatever. I like this line a lot. He's saying, oh, well, he's treating you wrong. He thinks he's, like, helping this person out, but in reality, he is the one who is wronging his lover. And another line, "We said we hated humans. We wanted to be humans." This is another line I like, and these are all in the second part, by the way. But I like these lines in particular because they're talking about how we hate them, we want to kill them, something like that. But they say they want to feel the vulnerability that they have. That's one way it can be interpreted. I think the second act is fantastic. The third act is also really good. I was kind of like bopping my head along the first time I listened to this. and the ancients saw it coming. You can see that they tried to warn them in the tales that they told their children, but they fell out of their heads in the morning. They said sex can be frightening, but the children were not listening, and the children cut out everything except for the kissing and the singing. So basically, it's kind of talking about how, like in the Bible, they're talking about how, they're warning people of this, and the kids don't listen. That's what happens. This is a very nostalgic feel. This album is a very nostalgic feel to it. So, um, yeah, this one was fantastic. This one, there's other lines I didn't mention, but if I was gonna give you every good line on this album, on this song, I would be here all night, and it's already 12:20 a.m. All right, hold on. So okay, so the next that is my favorite on the album, Beach Life and Death. That's my favorite, but unfortunately, my least favorite follows next. This is really the only one that I can say I don't like. I really don't like this song. But this song, Stop Smoking, We Love You. Yeah, like unlike My Boy Twin Fantasy, which we uses repetition to its advantage. This one, there is no build up in this song. There is none. It's just an acoustic guitar, Will Toledo singing the same things over and over and over again. But it kind of, to a small extent, works because, this is another theme that's repeated throughout the album. So, there's an airplane right there. Just sink that in. Yeah, just listen to that airplane. How lovely. But anyway, back to this song. Sorry about that. That was totally unnecessary. But, yeah, this song, I really don't care for this song, but I can see where it would work on the rest of the album, which we will get to. So yeah. So the next one is Sober to Death. Now this one I really like. It's not really one of the best. I mean, it's one of the best, but not exactly, because there's so many great songs on this thing. But Sober to Death, I particularly like this one. I like the line, good stories are bad lives. You know that good lives make bad stories. I like this line a lot, because like it's talking about, well, if it's a good story, like you're having like a good stories are bad lives, like you have a bad life, and like, oh, wait, what are the details? Like, so bad, like, it's spiraling out of control, like, tell me the details. But like, good lives make bad stories. If you're having a good life, then there's really not much conflict. And I really like this line in particular because of that. And also talking about we were wrecks before we crashed into each other. Like, we know we're wrecks, but we still have each other, and just and this is, yeah, we still have each other, but they're still out of control. And yeah, this is another nostalgic feel that the album has, which is definitely, like I said, a recurring theme throughout this entire album that you'd see a lot when you listen to this. Nervous, Young, and Humans. This is the next one. This one is one of the better songs on here. Can I really say one of the better? Because, I mean, that's like saying, oh, this album's bad, but hey, yeah, this one's one of the more tolerable ones. No, this album is good, and so I can't really say this is one of the better songs, because almost, like, 9 out of the 10 songs on here are good. That Stop Smoking song that I didn't like. But this one, Nervous, Young, and Humans, this one, I love the vibe of this one, like, kind of like electronics, kind of like a, kind of almost 80s-ish vibe, a little bit, maybe, a little bit, but kind of like a dance rock feel to it, and I love that part of it. And I like this part, you never lifted your voice, you never raised your hand, you never showed me you're inhuman, you understand. So basically, Will is kind of, like, talking about how he is, like, kind of back in school. He talks about, you should have seen my cursive back then. Every letter was above the line, stuff like that. And so he's kind of saying, you never showed your willingness to take on this challenge. You never showed your willingness. You never showed your flaws. And I like that. And also he's saying, you swore you'd never use the face your ex invented, so let's meet up in Uncanny Valley. Basically, it's a place where, this is a quote, human replicas that appear almost but not exactly like real human beings elicit feelings of eeriness and revulsion. So basically, he is not exactly they're not exactly seeing each other, but I mean, so I like that part. And the outro on here is really good too. You're kind of gonna have to listen to it to get a feel of it. I kind of hurry this thing up. I mean, it's already 10 minutes in, we're only halfway through the album. Bodies. This is another one. I like this one. I like this one a lot. Um, Basically, it's kind of like this. Everybody's swinging their hips. Everybody's giving the waitress tips. Everybody's dancing all the dances. Everybody's dancing every dance now. Those are some nice. Those are you got some nice shoulders. I'd like to put my hands around them. I'd like to put my hands around them. This is good. I like this line in particular because basically it can be considered conformity. Like, oh, everybody else is doing this. Why don't we do it? Because again, it's like a teenage nostalgic feel that this album has. And there is no devil on one shoulder, an angel on the other. There's two normal people, just kind of, like you're human. You make mistakes, and you have your conscience. It's just one conscience, not two people telling you, not two like spirits, like devil and angel, telling you to do what. It's your own conscience. So yeah, I really like this one, and I think it's not too many. The rap verse. Wait, that's the rap verse. Yeah, the rap verse at the end. That is kind of cringe. It's from the drummer. Wait, hold on. Is it someone with it? No, it's not. It might be. I don't know. I don't know, man. But I think it is this one. And it is kind of cringe. But other than that, it's a really good song. Cute Thing. This is the next one. This is one of the worst songs. I mean, I still like it, but not as much as the others. I like it, but it's one of the worst because there's really only one song I don't like. But this song, Cute Thing. I don't know. I just didn't really think it was too much great. But one line I really did like was in some stammering drunk who tried to. He died in an explosion of mixed media and poorly written reviews. And some stammering drunk who tried to tell him how good his show was. That's some good show, man. You can probably guess what word I'm saying. But yeah, I don't swear on here. I'll say hell, but I will not say that word. I don't have a censor button. I'm sorry. I'm still an amateur. But yeah, I like that particularly. That is pretty funny. But yeah, overall it's a good song. I just kind of doesn't hold my attention as good as the others, but it's still good. Just doesn't really have too much replay value. I mean, I guess it kind of does because you kind of got to listen to this album in full to get a full picture of it. High to Death. This is another one I really do like. Keep smoking, I love you, keep smoking, I love you, keep smoking, I still love you. This is a callback to Stop Smoking, the Stop Smoking song that I really didn't like. So this is why that song is not a complete failure, because it actually comes back later on in the album. That's what I like about it. And there's also a line in the middle that's like, William, let me out, William, let me out, William. Like William obviously being Will Toledo. This is from All Summer in a Day by Ray Bradbury. And one line I particularly like, and I said, hell's the sun burning forever at the center of things, a ball on fire at the center of things, a brain on fire at the center of things. I like this because, Will is talking about, it says right here, sun is, the center of the solar system, brain is the center of our perception, and so, Will cannot really think straight, and he's, trying to escape reality, and I think that really works out well. And the outro I really like, too, because Hojin Stella Young, or Jung, I don't know, probably Young, she was the art designer for the band, and she is talking about, yeah, I did this, I didn't really feel good about it, but, hey, I worked on it, and now it's pretty good, which is kind of a subtle reference to the fact that they are re-recording one of their older albums now that their experiences have kind of changed since. Famous Prophets, Stars. This is another song I love, one of my favorites. It's a really, really long song. This is a long song here. It's over 16 minutes. I really like this one. I think, does it really have any standout lyrics? I mean, let me see if I can find some, because it's been a couple hours since I listened to this last. But, it's, I don't know, I just love it. It's one of the songs that you can't really describe it, but you love it either way. Oh, here, I'm not going to end up a nervous wreck like the people I know who are nervous wrecks, though I'm not going to name names. Yours was an exception. And the ocean washed over your grave, the ocean washed open your grave, which came off of Beach Life and Death. I forgot to mention that. That was another one I really liked. So descend into cliche. If the music has forsaken you, roll a stone over the grave. I never liked that one anyways. Or stare into the face, or whatever that's facing you. And when the levee breaks, you'll find out that that's replacing you. And also, and when the mirror breaks, I wouldn't miss it for the world. Or Will Toledo is saying how like he's ready to grow up and out of childhood, like mirror being childhood. I really love it. It's one that you got to listen to understand really though, because that's a lot of this album. It's very repetitive, but it gets repetition. It gets it. At times it could be considered beating a dead horse, and at times I do knock points off for it. But overall, it works out really well. And the last one is Twin Fantasy, These Boys. I love this one too. Basically, it basically talks about, like, I hadn't looked at the sun for so long, I'd forgotten how much it hurts to. That's the beginning, and it repeats throughout the album. And, basically, Will Toledo here, he is talking about how wants to be one and the same with his love interest. Like, they just want to be one, walk off into the sun. They're not kissing, they're not effing, they're just having fun. They were connected at the back of the head. They got a conduit. Their minds are the same. Basically, he's talking about how he wants to be the same as his lover. And I think this is a really great song. The instrumentation really brings it to life, just like every other song on here. Fantastic song. A great way to close out a really good album. I really, really, really like this album. A great way for me to get started with this band. I will probably check out their older work sometime. This album is really good. The best album I reviewed this year so far, hands down. I'm gonna give it an A-. This is the first album I've given an A to this year, if you don't count Mike Shinoda's EP, because that is an EP. But this is a really good album. I highly recommend you go check this thing out. Seriously, why are you still watching me? Go and buy this now. Like, now. Leave the video. Go buy it. Okay, so in all seriousness, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed what I had to say about this. Really good album. Pick it up now. And, some reviews I have, if you have any suggestions for albums you want me to review in the future, anything that did come out this year, that is coming out this year that you want me to check out, comment down below. And I promise I'll try not to take so long with this, with them like I did with this one. But, should have listened to it right away, because I was a little skeptical, because it was a new band for me, at least, and so I didn't really know, am I going to like these guys or not, but I ended up really liking them, so it was worth it. So, yeah, upcoming reviews I have, and these are just album release dates, but I might get some of these reviews out the day the albums drop, but these are just, for now, these are just the dates they're being released. March 9th, 3 Days Grace, Outsider, and Nathaniel Rateliff in the Night Sweats, Tearing at the Seams. March 16th, Stone Temple Pilots, self-titled. March 20th, The Fivers, Rolling with the Fivers. This is an EP that it's a band that my friend is in. March 23rd, Jack White, Boarding House Reach. April 6th, 30 Seconds to Mars. It's just called the new album on iTunes. I don't know, that can't be the new title. That can't be the title of it. But all I know is that comes out April 6th. April 13th, Breaking Benjamin, Ember. And that's my schedule for, like, right now. And also, March 30th or 31st, I said I wasn't going to review it. This came out at the end of January. I said I'd plan on reviewing it, but I said after I saw how long it was, I said there was no way in hell. But I realized, okay, Alex, that Fall Out Boy album was the worst one you reviewed this year, and you only gave that a D. You clearly missed something if that's the worst album of the year. So I'm going to do it. The last couple days of March, I'm going to do it. I'm going to review Culture 2 by Migos. I am going to do it. I know I promised I would not do that, but I gotta. I'm doing it. Oh, God. Just hope hope it doesn't break me, but it probably will. Well, at least I'll go on vacation the next week, because, like, the week after that is my spring break, so I will be able to take a nice vacation to wash it down. I'm not looking forward to it, but hey, we got this good album right here, and I think these upcoming albums that we got in March, I think they're going to be really good as well. So I think overall, Car Seat Headrest, Twin Fantasy, Face to Face. Go check this thing out. Seriously, get the hell away from this video and watch it now. I mean, go buy it now. Alright, I'll see y'all later. Have a good one. Peace.